Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Royhan Abdiel. Have you ever watched this incredibly amazing movie, Billy Elliot? Well, I'm sure you all have, or at least some of you. Well, it's relevant to what I'm gonna be talking about today. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about the class system in England and how much social class matters in England today. But why though? Isn't it a boring thing to talk about? Maybe, but here's the thing. In today's life, I think the change of view on social class affects society as well. So that's why I suppose it's important to look back at what caused this and what we can do to be a better version in the future. Well, recently I read a book, The Lion and the Unicorn Socialisms and the English Genius. It's a great book by George Orwell, which you should definitely check it out, by the way. I found a line in one of his essays in the book which really got me intrigued, saying, England is the most class-ridden country under the sun. So, these essays in the book look at patriotism and at what makes the English, well, English. But what does it really mean though? I mean, the essay, the line, and definitely what's my opinion on it? Well, before we get deeper into it, we need to understand the meaning of a class-ridden society first. What is it? So according to studymoose.com, a class-ridden society is a society that's ruled by social classes. Historically, in the UK, or England in particular, everything was depending on the class we were into, according to our class, our language, our money, education, family, interest, etc., blah, blah, blah. As we all know, there's been a lot of change in terms of class structure in England. For example, in the 70s up to the 80s, there was certainly a very strong working class structure, especially in the north of England, as people there worked in coal mines, but then they got closed down. Okay, back to the beginning of the video, I mentioned earlier Billy Elliot. Well, it's an amazing movie. You should definitely watch it if you haven't. But what does that have something to do with this video? Alright, long short story, Billy Elliot is a movie about an 11-year-old boy pursuing his dream as ballet dancer. I know Billy Elliot isn't directly addressed class structure because it's also dealing with gender stereotype and sexual orientation and so on. But it's right there. It's right there in Billy's narrative throughout the movie. Billy's the son of a working class father, a simple miner who's fighting for the rights of the workers. I think the characters in Billy Elliot reflect the struggles of different groups within British society. From the miners who battled the government, to the gay community who faced the widespread discrimination, to the women who fought for equal rights. In my opinion, I think what makes Billy's interest in ballet so destructive to his family and his community is not only that he's a boy in girl's manner, but he's a poor boy in a rich boy's manner. Do you get what I mean here? You see? Back in the 80s, the ones in the higher positions ruled, no matter how old they are. You were not allowed to act beyond your class. This is what we call the class-ridden country, a class-ridden society. The ones in the higher positions had the privilege to do anything they wanted. You get what I mean? So my point is, making someone superior to the other just because of their class isn't right. No, we're not talking about the crown or the queen or the royal family. They're an exception. But we're talking about us. We are the same people after all, a human being made of flesh and blood. Before you say, but the culture different though, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I'm aware. Thank you very much. But my point stands still. I disagree with someone that say that job isn't for you, that job isn't for everyone, this job isn't for you because you're not worthy. Wait, what? Who decides the worthiness of people? Certainly not the others, right? And then England has come a long way since the 80s with the economic globalization, the immigration, the development of multiculturalism, and so on. So, how much does social class matters in England today? Well, it's really a matter of one's view, because if you look at England being a class-ridden country, it's already there. It's already there inside the British culture. Although there's been an evolution in everyone's mind regarding that concept, the concept of social class. Social structure is less important today than it was, as in there's not as much of a working class culture specifically, but there's still division though, and multiculturalism plays a huge role, a key role into class, as many people from ethnic minorities are poor people living around down-part cities. So anyway, what we can do about it? What can we do about it? Well, for starters, let's not forget about the history that already happened in the past. From the class structure in the Arthurian era to the Victorian era up to this day. Make it a lesson so we can do better in the future. We, as a human being, whoever we are, we need to learn to live with other people, regardless of their background, family, money, education, let alone social status. The Queen is still right there. It's still the monarchy. The crown is still right there. The royal family is still right there and will always be. But besides them, there are people who need love, compassion, respect from each other. So be kind to others, and we will live in a great and peaceful society. I think that's all from me today. Thank you so much for staying until the end of the video. I really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Thank you to my buddy Charlie Squire for helping me with this. Subscribe now. Peace out.